Hello everyone. Today we are going to be working on a vault that does not have a RAID card, but we'd like to still have some data security here in the form of a software RAID. As you can see, we just have the C drive available for vault storage, and so we need to open up our disk management to take a look at our drives. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit to where we can see the 3 drives that I've added to this system. These are about 2 terabytes. And what we're going to do is create a RAID 5 between these 3 disks. I've got to bring them all online. And then here, we're going to initialize these disks. And that'll do all 3 of them at the same time for us. Once these are online, you can see that they're unallocated. So I'm just going to right click on one of them and create a new RAID 5 volume. This will utilize all 3 disks, and we'll have about 4 terabytes of storage because we'll be using 3 disks. I'm going to give this the V for Vault, and then I'll just give it a nice friendly name of RAID 5. It's going to go ahead and convert these to dynamic disks for us. If you want more information about software RAID within Windows, you can go ahead and consult some of their documentation. This does provide a layer of data security here so that you can rest a little bit easier if a drive were to go out. Ideally, a hardware RAID solution would work best as far as performance, etc. But if for some reason your system does not have RAID, you can use this as an option. On the right, we've got these 123 gig and 246 gig. This is a virtual machine, so I've just given these disks a little bit of a different size so I can tell a little bit easier when viewing in Windows versus the hypervisor which disk is which in case one of them were to have an issue. Now the creation of this RAID can take a little bit of time. It does the format of it, and so we can actually see now that it is usable here, but RAID does a synchronization between all the disks. So while we can use this now, it's not exactly safest until we've got all 3 of these synced up. That said, for the sake of time in the video, I'm not going to go and wait for however long it takes to sync up these disks. We're going to jump directly into Director and add the V drive as a storage location. To do that, I'm just going to select my vault here, go under Storage Management, Storage Groups and Locations. You can see here we've got our C drive, which is only going to be doing the system, and we need to add that location. And even though we've got 3 disks, the RAID is working correctly, and that is only presenting to Windows the 1 disk, and that V drive is what we want. Okay, now we've got it listed here as a storage location, and it is using the data policy. To take a look at a little bit more information for that data policy, we're going to hit Edit here, and this uses the standard 95% of the volume, and that is so that if the pool system needs consolidated, it can create new pool files as it's clearing up old pool files. And there we have it. The folder structure has been automatically created on the V drive, and this is ready to be used for vault storage. Again, we want to wait for this resyncing to finish and everything to be in a healthy state before we actually utilize that volume. So if this is an additional drive to your vault, go ahead and wait until this is completed before you go through the steps in the storage locations and groups.